the day I lost you.
Hey everyone, Thordan Smash here, and today we got some new stuff to go over in regards to old Battle Pass skins returning, what's going on with the firing range, what's this gift shop, and a lot of other cool stuff that they are planning to release around the time of May 1st to actually let us see, as that is when the embargo on the Season 17 starts. And we're also going to give out 45 bucks. All you guys got to do is like, comment, subscribe, and a winner will be announced tomorrow. But without further ado, let's start covering these topics. So with Season 17 right around the corner, there is a pretty new leak that just came out in the datamine files. It was actually found by Oz and put out there, but as you can see, it says Apex Games Museum / underneath gift shop. Now, one thing that no one has actually pointed out is the fact that if you look very deeply at it, you actually see World's Edge. But it's not just any World's Edge deep in the gold, it's actually the original one that came into the game. You got Fuel Depot and the tracks leading to Lava City and Capital City's frozen buildings. And so the question is, well, what does this have to do with World's Edge, and what does a gift shop have to do with World's Edge, and why is it the original World's Edge map? And I know this is going to come across as probably a very boring answer, but what's most likely the situation here is it is a museum with past content in it. For instance, BioShock does something called the Museum of the Orphaned Concepts, which is a bunch of models and stuff that were never actually released that you can find on a level in their game. They also do this in FPS games as well, as there is a museum in Call of Duty with all the models, every weapon type, and everything that's ever been in the game basically in this little level area. So Apex Legends will most likely be adding in some kind of museum. I really hope that instead of just having stuff that's currently in the game that you can look around at, they actually show us some of the stuff that never made it into the game, such as Cut Legends, including Blisk, which we know was worked on. They've got a ton of different weapon types that we all know that they were working on, along with a bunch of loot that hasn't come to the game yet. Overall, I think it's actually a pretty cool thing, and a lot of people would really like it. I also think that because it is on the old school World's Edge map, it could have something to do with the OG maps returning in some fashion. In Season 9, we did get a collection event with a limited time mode that brought back the original King's Canyon and World's Edge, and we do know that they do take LTMs and sometimes add it as a permanent feature into the main game. So how cool would it be to walk around the original World's Edge where the train is that we all so much love, and being able to go to a little POI area that has a museum that we can see all this stuff on. Now, of course, everyone's going to also highlight the fact that right under the Apex Games Museum, it says gift shop. And the first thing people are thinking is, oh, they're going to go ahead and bring back old Battle Pass stuff. And it's very important to note, Respawn has gone ahead and fully said that they will never bring stuff before Season 10 back into the store. Only Season 10 and onwards may be resold. There's always ways that they've skirted around that, like with the Peacekeeper recolor of the Season 3 reactive Battle Pass skin, which they found a way to sell it for $160 by recoloring it. They could always do something like that. We know for a while that there is a heatsink flatline skin that was planned for an ALGS collection event that no longer ended up happening. So it will be interesting to see if they do turn it into some kind of a store. But if you were expecting to get something from the original release of the game, from the Battle Pass specifically, you probably will not see it ever again, unless it's actually recolored. Don't worry, we do still have those Season 17 map changes for World's Edge coming that were found in the files. So who knows, this could even be a teaser for the upcoming map changes, and maybe going with a more OG style, which I would love to see the train come back. Speaking of changes, as we all saw that teaser, there is that giant box in the firing range, along with a bunch of other boxes. And it does look like we are going to be getting some full-on firing range changes. The cargo box were transferred to the firing range using a huge carrier labeled Outlands Moving Co. There's also a hidden message with a bunch of numbers, which also clearly reads as Season 17 Firing Range 2023 Respawn. Every box is about 80 pounds or so the firing range will be getting some kind of new changes to it to overhaul it completely. And there is also the possibility, as it has been rumored quite a bit, that the firing range may be going to a brand new location to allow for a little bit different scenery that we haven't seen yet. Storm Point seems to be the popular one right now, but that embargo is going to be lifted on May 1st for Season 17, and so we'll actually get our first confirmed answers for a lot of that stuff then. It's also important to note that when the embargo gets lifted, they're not going to have a huge flush of content, as they do want to actually spread it out a little more throughout the entire season. But what we're more hoping for than anything else is actually the game being fixed and more stabilization. Yesterday they had the Challenger circuit for Apex Legends, where a bunch of players are competing to make it into the Pro League, and the server shut down for an hour and a half, including It's Timmy just playing different games on stream while waiting for it to actually finally go back. Everyone's got really high hopes for Season 17, and I think the new Legend is going to be fantastic, but man, does the game actually need to make sure that it's running at 100% optimization so that we can actually enjoy it. Let me know down below, what do you guys think the Apex Gift Museum is? How do you feel about Battle Pass stuff returning? And overall, are you excited for Season 17? And until next time, Legends, keep slaying the Outlands. I'll see you out there.